So far, we've practiced working on finding tones with our voice. Or starting lower and working our way up. And matching that exactly. Very important to be able to play by ear. So we want that to be very comfortable. And then the next thing is being able to hum a tone and find it on the keyboard. That's another very important exercise, so please practice those. We also learned how to find out a major scale using the formula. Skip, skip, step, skip, 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 step. Okay, so we've got pretty much all the pieces of the puzzle except one, but we'll get to that in a bit. First of all, if we want to be able to play a song that we really like, we've heard it on the radio or online, we want to be able to, number one, hum that melody out. And oftentimes if you go sing karaoke or something like that, great practice for this. And then find it on the keyboard and replicate it. So we're going to use some examples. But before we do that as well, we need to be able to find the tonal center. Okay, so I'm just going to go online and I'm going to find some popular songs. So the first example is by Shawn Mendes. I've got Senorita. I'm going to play that. We're going to listen to it a little bit and I'll show you how I figure out the tonal center. First thing I'll notice is there's a bit of a sad tone to it, so most likely it's in a minor key. What I remember keeps on going to that one tone. So C may be the tonal center here. Da 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 ba bum bum ba dum bum bum. Now, would the C minor scale fit really nice in here? So from my exercise from before, found that C minor has the same black keys as E flat major. But what really matters is not the whole scale, it's just the third degree of the scale. So if I play this, that's happy. So I'm going to flatten that third tone to get the minor sound. Ba da 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 dum. That doesn't sound quite right. So let's see here. Play a little bit more. Yeah, see, that wasn't the tonal center. So listening to it again, it kept on sounding like it wanted to finish on this tone. Da, 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 da. So it's an A. So now I'm gonna try to figure out the A minor scale. But actually we know A is the 6th of C and there's no black keys in this one. So see, this fits more like a puzzle. This is excellent. Every song that we hear on the radio, every pop song we'll stick to, that genre, falls into some sort of scale. And if you can match all of those tones into that scale, you've found the tonal center. But even more so, just listening to more music and realizing that the songs tend to one sound more than others, and in this case it happened to be A, then this tonal center is A minor. Now from here we can do our other exercise of figuring out the melody. Now this is where you have to remember it in your head to be able to play it. You don't have to do the whole thing at once, you can just do little segments. So what I remember from just listening is da 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 dum da dum bum. And again, I'm not a very good vocalist. My vocal cords are not trained very well, but I can still imitate those pitches as best as possible. So let's see. I was able to get the first part of that melody. It's going to be a little bit of work to get the rest of it, but even just to figure out the first part is pretty big. I'm going to find another example now. So the next song I pulled up that's really catchy, these catchy melodies are a little bit easier to do this with, is Despacito by Luis Fonsi. So I'm going to play it and listen a little bit and try to figure out where that tonal center is. Keeps on wanting to go to that tone. So the chorus will be coming up where he actually sings Despacito. So from there I was able to get, it seems to always want to go to that tone, so that could potentially be the tonal center. In this case, a B. Despacito. Do. Despacito. Da 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 da. Despacito. This is the tonal center in this case, so B. But it doesn't have a happy sound because B major would sound like this. Skip, skip, step, skip, 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 step. Da, 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 da. And then in this case it would be Despacito, but we don't have that. We have that a little bit sadder sound. Despacito. So we are in the key of B minor. Now, what sharps or flats, black keys, white keys does B minor have? Well, the minor copies from the major. The minor is the 6th degree of that scale. So if I go back 6 keys, just using white keys for now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's potentially D major or D something. So I'm going to start doing the trick on D, and if it doesn't work, then I'll start on maybe a D sharp or a D flat. So we've got skip, 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 then a step, and then 3 skips. Skip, skip, yep, I'm skipping that. So perfect, I landed on the B. You know what, I don't need to figure out the rest of the scale. Actually, I should. I'd like to know what else there is. Skip, there's a C sharp in here, and then a step. Okay, so I ended up playing D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So we ended up having 2 sharps in this scale. That means if I'm going to play a B major scale, all of my C's have to be sharp and all of my F's have to stay sharp. Okay, so knowing your major scales is quite crucial, but not necessarily memorizing how many black keys it has or which sharps or flats, but being able to figure it out both by ear and using that skip and no skip formula.